Well, good morning. Tegendra Rana here. The topic for our discussion today is roadmap, IPO roadmap from insurance companies. IPO roadmap from insurance companies. The Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority has asked at least 10 general and life insurance companies to submit a detailed roadmap for their listing strategies by the end of this financial year. The regulator met 4 life and 6 general insurers and asked them to provide their listing strategies. Major companies that attended the meeting include HDFC Ergo, IFCO Tokyo, Tata AIG, Bajaj Allianz, India First Life Insurance, Aditya Birla Life, Sun Life Insurance. Email queries sent to the regulator and the aforementioned companies remained unanswered at the time of going to discuss. So some companies have already submitted their position while others are planning to do so soon. They have also suggested some suggestions with the regulator regarding the Indian insurance market and highlighted their anticipation for the pending insurance bill, which would provide greater clarity for the sector. The Insurance Amendment Bill is likely to be introduced in the ongoing session of Parliament. The bill proposes increasing the foreign direct investment limit in the insurance companies from the current 74% to 100%. It also aims to allow composite licensing for insurance companies. The bill would permit foreign insurance companies to bring key managerial personnel into India and repatriate profits without restrictions. So, IRDAI aims to enhance transparency and professionalism in the insurance industry through the listing strategy. The regulator has primarily called on insurance companies that have been in the Indian market for over 20 years and meet the listing criteria. But some of them are still not ready for the listing process despite meeting all requirements. To list on an Indian stock exchange, an insurance company must meet several performance parameters. Either the company or its promoters must have at least 3 years of experience in the insurance sector and a positive net worth. So the company must have achieved an operating profit of at least ₹1 crore for 2 of the last 3 financial years and maintained a positive free cash flow to equity during the same period. Last year, the insurance regulator proposed removing the requirement for Indian insurance companies to seek prior regulatory approval before listing on the stock exchange, subject to compliance with the specified conditions for the financial year ended March 31, 2024. So HDFC Ergo, Tata AIG, India First Life Insurance and IFCO Tokyo General Insurance reported net profits after tax of 437.7 crore, 684.9 crores, 112.3 crores and 255.1 crore respectively. So this IRDAI has allowed one-time mandate on unified payment interface for insurance companies. The feature will allow policyholders to block funds in their bank accounts for specific transactions. Under the facility called the Bima applications supported by blocked amount, the transfer of money from the prospect to the insurers happens only when insurance policy is issued in this facility. Insurers can offer one-time mandate for blocking a certain amount through UPI in the bank account for the concerned prospect. So the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India has asked at least 10 general and life insurance companies to submit a detailed roadmap for their listing strategies. Major companies that want the listing have explained the status. Some companies have already submitted their position while others are planning to do so soon. They have shared several suggestions with the regulator regarding the Indian insurance market and highlighted their participation for pending insurance bill, which would provide greater clarity for the sector. So most of the insurers are waiting for the insurance amendment bill. That bill would permit foreign insurance companies to bring key managerial persons into India and repatriate for profits without restriction. Without restriction. So, the regulator has primarily called on insurance companies that have been in the Indian market for over 20 years and meet the listing criteria. But some of the companies are still not ready for the listing process despite meeting all requirements. So either the company or its promoters must have at least 3 years of experience in the insurance sector and a positive net worth. The company must have achieved an operating profit of at least ₹1 crore for 2 of the last 3 financial years and maintained a positive free cash flow to equity during the same period. Prominently industry leaders, including Kotak Insurance, along with senior representatives from SBI and other banks, attended the meeting and they explained their participation. Because the listing of the insurance companies is subject to many parameters. Though the IRD has removed various requirements of seeking prior regulatory approval before listing on a stock exchange, subject to compliance with the specified conditions. This roadmap for potential public listing is necessary because around 10 insurance companies are ready to be listed now. The only point is insurance companies are waiting for the insurance amendment bill to be approved in the parliament because that will clarify many issues and will provide more clarity on certain points. Now the simplification of IRDAI approval requirement is there because the IRDA is keen or interested that many insurance companies should come forward for listing now. The framework under the previous regime specified grounds for IRDA to consider while granting approval. Discussed in detail. In any case, IRDAI already possesses such information of all insurers. Therefore, the benefit of omitting the list of grounds that may be considered by the IRDA for providing approval is twofold only. For the insurers will be relieved as they no longer have to provide all the above-mentioned information at the time of seeking IRDA approval. And for the IRDAI burden will be reduced as it won't have to scrutinize each IPO application, prompting administrative efficiency, which in turn may improve the turnout time for issuing the approval, which is expected to be by approximately 4 weeks. So the IRDAI now retains complete discretion on the parameters to provide approval to an insurer and can ask for any such information as it deems necessary for processing the application rather than having to review bulky documentation for each application. As far as disclosure requirements in the TRHP are concerned, the issue of capital regulations prescribed elaborate disclosure requirement to be made in the offer document, in addition to those prescribed under the SEBI ICTR regulations, including vis-a-vis specific risk factors, financial statements, information in relation to the issue and the issuer. So under the registration and capital regulations, the IRDAI has not prescribed any disclosure requirement for offer documents to be filed in connection to the IPO, indicating that insurers will be guided by regulations issued by the concerned financial sector regulator, that is SEBI or IFSCA in this regard. Presently, the steps to be undertaken by an Indian company, including the Indian insurer in respect of an IPO and subsequent listing, is primarily governed by the SEBI ICDR regulations for listing on SEBI recognized stock exchanges, and the IFSCA issuance and listing regulations for listing on IFSCA recognized stock exchanges. So the IRDAI has supplemented this for Indian insurers through requirements provided under the registration and capital regulations. The key ones are approval from IRDA before approaching SEBI or the IFSCA for transferring equity shares pursuant to an IPO. IRDAI to be intimated at least 15 days prior to filing of the offer documents with SEBI, IFSCA, and IRDAI to be intimated regarding all subsequent developments in connection with the IPO and listing of the insurers. So the IRDAI has adopted a principle-based approach in line with mandate of the Regulatory Review Committee, formed for the purpose of revisiting the applicable regulatory framework, such that the process of IPO approval and listing of an insurer is substantially rationalized and relaxed. So the new streamlined regulatory framework also helps to reduce the burden on both the regulator and the regulatory entity. Regulated entity in terms of ensuring assessing compliances. Further, it is commendable that the new regulations have increased the avenues available to Indian insurers to raise capital by enabling listing on IFSCA recognized stock exchange. Thank you very much.